Here's who stood out on the final day of 49ers training camp. The good, linebacker Dre Greenlaw. He intercepted Trey Lance. More on him in a minute. Greenlaw was covering George Kittle man-to-man and had safety help over the top, so Greenlaw undercut the route, turned to find the ball, and made a one-handed pick in the end zone. Extremely difficult play. Wide receiver Deebo Samuel. He caught his first deep pass of the offseason, a 30-yarder up the right sideline from Trey Lance. To be fair, Samuel beat Tavarius Moore, who can't guard anyone following his Achilles surgery. Still, Samuel seems to be improving, and the 49ers seem to be using him in new ways. Last season, when he lined up in the backfield, the 49ers almost always handed him the ball. Now, you don't know what they're going to do with Samuel when he's in the backfield, which means his package of running back plays has increased. Running back Jeff Wilson Jr. Elijah Mitchell is still out with a hamstring injury, so there's an open competition to replace Mitchell in the starting lineup. And of all the running backs who have had first-string carries, i.e. not Jordan Mason, Wilson Jr. clearly is winning the competition. After practice, Kyle Shanahan said Wilson Jr. is back to the player he was before he injured his knee. That's a good sign. Left guard Jason Poe. He continues to split first-string reps with Aaron Banks at left guard. After practice, Kyle Shanahan said not to read too much into this new development because coaches rotate players all the time. Still, it's noteworthy because Banks has struggled in the preseason while Poe has played extremely well. Cornerback Samuel Womack. He has been playing both in the slot and outside since the joint practices in Minnesota, and so far, Womack's coverage has been extremely sticky no matter where he lines up. He might be the best option to start opposite Emmanuel Mosley week 1 if Travarius Ward isn't healthy. Cornerback Deommodore Lenoir. He also has been playing in the slot and outside the past few practices and has been performing well at both spots. Lenoir seems much stronger and more confident than last season, as opposed to Ambry Thomas. More on him in a minute. Defensive end Nick Bosa. He suited up for practice after resting yesterday, but did not practice today. Kyle Shanahan says Bosa is not injured. The not so good. Quarterback Trey Lance. He completed 9 of 17 passes with 3 drops, which means Lance was accurate. He also threw a touchdown pass to George Kittle in the red zone. But Lance is in the not so good section because he also threw an interception in the end zone to a double covered receiver, Kittle. Lance predetermined the throw and forced the ball where it shouldn't have gone. That's a mental mistake from Lance, who rarely makes those. 2 plays earlier, Lance missed a wide open Kittle in the back left corner of the end zone. Kittle reached up and tipped it with one hand, but couldn't catch it. That was a physical mistake from Lance, who still makes a few of those every day. Wide receiver Brandon Ayuk. He caught a 15-yard pass over the middle from Lance, but also dropped an uncontested pass in the flat because he heard footsteps from Dre Greenlaw. Catch the freaking ball, Brandon. Tight end George Kittle. He caught a 5-yard touchdown pass from Lance, but also dropped an uncontested pass up the seam that should have been a 20-yard gain. Catch the freaking ball, George. Running back JaMycal Hasty. He scored a 4-yard touchdown on a draw, but also let a perfectly thrown check down pass from Lance fly through both of his hands. Catch the freaking ball, JaMycal. Center Jake Brendel. He gave up instant pressure to Eric Armstead on 3rd and 10, which forced Lance to throw a 5-yard check down pass. Block the freaking one technique, Jake. Cornerback Ambry Thomas. He missed yet another practice with a hamstring injury. After practice, Kyle Shanahan said Thomas is battling to earn a roster spot. Hard to earn something when you're injured.